Hey, what is up, mortals? It is TheLuckyDerp here, and welcome to part 7 of What If Obito Wasn't Crushed by the Rocks. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. And so we begin.
I see. So you were the one we originally had our eyes on.
Obito had no idea where he was. Things were almost pitch black everywhere he looked. The only thing he could see is the outline of a man. He looked like he was wearing armor, but that wasn't what was throwing Obito off. It felt almost like he knew him. What the hell do you mean? A chuckle reverberated throughout the space. It just felt off-putting in general. Before Obito even had a chance to say something, that the figure opened his eyes. Even though this person looked like a black silhouette, he could see his eyes. It was a Sharingan, and a very powerful one at that. Is that why he felt so familiar? I'm not even sure what the hell's going on. How did I even get here? The eyes were locked right into him with a gaze that froze him in place.
You have no idea how close you were to avoiding your fate. Not an easy thing to do. I'm impressed.
Obito glared. He couldn't exactly move, but the way the other guy was spouting fate was starting to irritate him. Fate wasn't something he believed in. You make it sound like I'm not bound to something. Hate to break it to you, but I make my fate. For a moment, Obito could almost see a smile on the figure's face.
It's a foolish sentiment, but continue your defiance if you must. Our plans will continue regardless of you with us.
What does he even mean? I don't know what plans he's talking about, but it just fills me with a sense of dread and I don't like it. What are you talking about? He's calmed down since then, but if he could at least know what he's even avoided, then maybe he can find out what this guy is up to. The eyes seemed to change to spirals for a moment. It wasn't anything he recognized, but before he could get back to looking at it, the eye changed back to a Sharingan, though it was more like the figure was mocking him with this more than anything.
You would have been the perfect agent to carry out the true Uchiha will. If only you had let those rocks crush you like they were supposed to.
Obito's eyes widened as he thought back to that mission. He barely escaped being crushed by those rocks when he pushed Kakashi away from them. Though, from what this guy is saying, I was supposed to have been crushed by those rocks. No, I'm not, so whatever it is, I've already beaten it. Like I'm supposed to listen to you go on. I didn't get crushed, and whatever else you have in mind, I'm gonna stop as well. He might not have known how he got there, but he was more than willing to fight this person to get back. The eyes got so much close in an instant. The silhouette of the figure's hands seemed ready to reach out and grab Obito. He wanted to fight back, but he seemed petrified in that spot.
Patience, young one. All is not lost. Things may have changed, but there are other means to get what I want. You may still have a purpose after all.
Obito screamed as the figure placed his hands over his eyes. The sensation felt like they were constantly burning. All he wanted to do was beg for it to stop, but he barely had the strength to push the hands away from him.
I'm just fixing the little issue you have been experiencing with your eyes. They think they know how to unlock it, but they are dead wrong. The potential still resides in the eye that belongs to you.
Obito woke up in a cold sweat. It took him a moment to calm himself down, almost to remind him that he was still in his room. He would have just dismissed it all as a bad dream and left it just like that. But he could still feel where that man grabbed him. It was almost like a remnant of burning sensation that still felt on his eyes. What the hell even happened? It's not going away as a normal dream would. I don't know, but everything about that guy screamed bad news. He had the Sharingan, though. He went over to open the window to try and get some fresh air in. It was still the middle of the night. It was almost like the world was just peaceful, though he knew better with the war still going on. I just hope this isn't something I brought onto everybody. Meanwhile, Kakashi had woken at the same time Obito had woken. With the eye Obito had given him, he saw all of Obito had experienced. None of it made sense to him, but he quickly went and wrote down everything he saw. It was almost like this person wanted to just contact Obito in some way, though what he said about his fate and just made Kakashi want to throw up just thinking about it. Still, if he thought about it, this may be the same guy who was really after them in their last mission. I'll have to go get Obito and ask about this in the morning. Maybe it's some rogue Uchiha clan member or something, though that didn't explain the other ocular jutsu he had. He went over to open his window and took a look towards the Uchiha clan. It just seemed like it was any other night on his end. though he is sure that he is the only one with a feeling of dread from all of this. Calm down, Obito. Don't do anything reckless. He was about to try and go back to bed when a crash directed his attention back towards his window. Smoke was rising fast in the direction of the Uchiha clan. From what he could see, either something exploded or a fire erupted in the area. There was no time to think otherwise. He grabbed the basic gear and rushed out towards the Uchiha clan. Who am I kidding? He's probably going to be right in the middle of all this. Kakashi managed to meet up with Rin halfway towards the Uchiha clan. She looked like she was originally headed in the direction of his house. She seemed surprised he was even awake and headed out already. Kakashi, I was just about to go get you. She seemed almost overly tense about the situation. She's probably not sure whether this is a direct attack related to the war, or just a normal fire that's broken out. He almost glared as he looked at the smoke. Let's just say I have a reason for being awake already. We should hurry, though. She nodded. Yeah, knowing Obito, he's probably right in the middle of all this. I know he can take care of himself, but I would feel a lot better if we were backing him up. The sooner we get there, the sooner I'll feel better about most of this. That dream is just keeping me on edge. When they arrived, most people were feeling in a panic. So far, it didn't seem like a major enemy attack, but the two ventured further to see the scope of what they were dealing with. Already a medical team was on the scene to treat the injured that escaped the blaze. What in the world is even going on? I don't see Obito anywhere. I hope he didn't rush inside. On second thought, he probably did. He quickly looked around and spotted one of those guarding the entrances of the building. Can you brief us on the situation? The guard almost looked hesitant before looking Kakashi over. He sighed before pulling the cloth off of his gifted eye for a moment to show the guard. Even at a crisis, the Uchiha clan was still well guarded, but most were aware of Obito's gift by now. It doesn't seem like it's from the enemy, but the fire still isn't natural. Most of the guards have him cornered inside. Don't know about their state, though. That was before the fire got as bad as it did. So there is an arson. Wait, there are still guards inside and yet no one else has come out? Rin quickly rushed over as she finished confirming the situation with the on-site medical team. Did an Uchiha around our age go inside? We're his teammates. She wanted to say that they were his friends, but the time was critical. Most respected the chain of command and they were decent ranked. The guard looked puzzled for a moment before looking like he had remembered something. Now that you mention it, yeah, I saw a kid like you go right in. I tried to stop him, but he said he saw the guy who started the fire. They both nodded and rushed inside. Wait, you're gonna get yourself killed! So could any other mission. Though I would never have guessed I would be the one to pull Obito out of the fire. The fire inside was as bad as they thought. It was almost a challenge to try and get to the top of the floor. It seemed most who had gotten out of there did. It was obvious there was a movement in the building. It was the sound of fighting. It was almost reassuring that Obito was still hanging in there. When they got up there, it looked like Obito was about to fall over, but that wasn't the only thing in the room. A man was there holding a box, but the thing he was wearing is what stood out. It was almost like a floral pattern. No, this isn't the same guy from the dream. It just feels different. Though that doesn't mean it won't be dangerous. Kakashi's eyes widened as he saw the figure reach down and try to grab Obito. It was exactly like the dream he saw. He quickly pulled the cloth off of his eye and activated his Sharingan. He was there almost in an instant to drop-kick the hand away. Obito almost gave a strange smile. You guys are late. I almost had him too. You know I would have said something similar, but then an Uchiha decided to save my skin. Something about never abandoning a friend in need. Obito didn't expect his words to be thrown right back at him, but accepted it anyway as Kakashi took a defensive position in front of Obito. Rin quickly went over to try and apply some first aid. We need to hurry. This building won't hold up for long. We can't let him get away. He has the spare Uchiha eyes from the vault. Obito glared at the intruder as he got up to rejoin the fight. So the fire was a distraction so he could get the eyes. Though it looked like he wanted Obito as well. Not that any of us were going to let him. The guy just laughed, confirming to both Kakashi and Obito that it wasn't the guy they were thinking about. Such protectors you have, boy. I'm jealous. I was hoping to get the Uchiha boy as well. I'll just settle for my main prize. The figure just twirled the box a bit in his hand before jumping out of the window. Kakashi tried to look to see where he was headed, but it just seemed like he vanished. He quickly went back to Obito, as Rin took his other side to get him out of the building. As they finally escaped the building, Ren could finally give him proper treatment. At this point, there were already people quickly attending the blaze, so it wouldn't spread to the other buildings. Though, we should probably report most of what we saw in there later, though there must be something special the Sharingan can do other than be an asset in battle. Otherwise, why would only one person steal the eyes?
Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few things I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but there are content centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lore of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series, guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know that on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at the WTC, then I would like to extend an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be. Whether you're a fan or you're looking to join our band of misfits, all you gotta do is hit up the recruitment service and sign up for whichever category that fulfills your interests. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video. So thank you all for watching and have a great day.